So I'm not actually sure how old most of my audience members are, but I'm gonna make a safe bet and assume it's around like 16 plus, maybe 16 to like, I don't know, 19. I feel like most of you guys are around that age range. I hope I don't have any like fucking 13-year-olds that watch me, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have worked a minimum wage job before. And for those people that need a censorship on a job and employment, this video is not for you, okay? I need you guys to click off right now. Anyways, I'm sure that most of us have worked like a minimum wage job before, unless like you're fucking rich or something, which even still I do recommend. Like I'm about to shit on minimum wage jobs, but if you don't have a job yet, like try this shit, work in fast food, and I promise you'll never look at an establishment the same again, okay? I kind of realized over the years, like ever since I started working, I feel like I've become so much more like well-mannered, okay? I actually like throw my food away and shit. Like I'm not leaving it out on the tables because like I know in the back of my head, like if I was that guy right there, bro, I'd be so fucking mad. Anyways, let's talk about these types of jobs, okay? Because it is an experience. So I'm actually 18. I've actually worked maybe 2 or 3 minimum wage jobs. It really depends what you consider a job, okay? So I'm gonna talk about my 2 stable jobs, okay? I did work at a haunted house, but that's like another story. And I'm not gonna name drop the establishments I've worked for / do still work for, but I work at a super specific recreational center, and then I also worked at a sweet tea place, okay? So I did get that cashier experience. At this like recreational center place that I work at, there's like a bunch of different like departments, I guess, or different things to do at that job. And when I started out, okay, I was like 15. I was a gym monitor, I think, where I walked around the basketball courts and just made sure that nobody was fighting. In other words, I just did jack shit because no one's gonna listen to like this like skinny 15-year-old twink. Like in the scenario that there was a fight, like bro, what the fuck did you expect me to do? All right, like jump in the middle and try to break that shit up for only 10 an hour, bro? I'm not doing that shit. So honestly, it was just kind of showing up, spraying shit down and wiping shit off. All right, it was basically just that for like, I did that for like a year. I'll also go ahead and mention this here. The place that I started working at was like a brand new building, okay? So everything here was new. Like all the managers, like they're all new. So because this place was so new, shit was not organized, okay? And a bunch of shit, you know, kind of slipped through the cracks, and we had a bunch of incidents and a bunch of things that I guess like the management and shit did not expect would happen. For an example, real quick, like I said earlier, I was 15 when I got this job. So one of my managers straight up walked up to me one day and was like, "Hey, listen, can we talk?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So we go to the back, and I'm like, "Shit, did I do something wrong?" And tell me why. To my face, they're like, "Yeah, so we actually did not read your application. We didn't realize that you were 15. So yeah, we're gonna have to cut all your hours away." So it had turned out that whole time, like these motherfuckers did not want me working there as like I guess underage. I don't know if 15 is underage, because there were other positions at that place where you could be 15, but I guess being a gym monitor or court monitor or whatever like wasn't one of them. And so basically for the next like 3 months until I turned 16, they just didn't even want me like working at all unless it was like weekends or Fridays. But that's just like only the surface level stuff, okay? Like let's talk about like one of the incidents that to this day, so I've worked there for 3 years, so when I tell people this story, like new people this story, they're like, what the fuck? Like no way that happened. So we had this guy that worked there. We're gonna go ahead and call this guy Philip, okay? So there's this dude, grown ass black man Philip. So I see this dude come in like not every day, but I think it was like every like Tuesday and Thursday, and he would come inside and he'd like talk to all the staff there. He was like pretty chill, right? And he would go down to the basketball courts and he would have basketball practice. Now at this place, we have a bunch of like programs and shit that run through us, so everyone just kind of assumed that this guy was just the basketball coach for like our organization or something. And this guy did this shit for like maybe 3 or 4 months, and we get a lot of complaints about this guy. He was really nice to us, like the staff and shit, but he would go down to the basketball courts and he would kick kids off and be like, "Yo, we got basketball practice." They would come up and talk to us, and we're just like, "Bro, like I'm sorry, like I don't know what you want me to do." Like they're with the basketball program. And so we kind of just let this guy be the dictator of the whole basketball court, until I guess one day one of the people that worked at the front desk like went to the back, and they're talking to like one of the managers person, like, "Oh yeah, hey, by the way, what time is basketball practice today?" Bro, our manager looked up at us and was like, "Basketball practice?" We're like, yeah, like Philip's basketball practice. And they're like, "Who the fuck is Philip?" So it turns out the whole time, this motherfucker Philip is not a part of our organization or anything. Like he doesn't have any sort of like power over the court. This is a random member like to that recreational center that would just go kick like little kids off the basketball court. So next time we see this guy, you know, he gets confronted by this one guy. What name? I'm gonna give him Mark. We're gonna pretend his name is Mark. And Mark is like this fat white dude. He's trying to like be a priest or some shit. And Mark is trying to tell this guy that he can't just kick kids off the basketball court because he wants to run his basketball practice on or whatever, and Philip does not like hearing this, all right? And he like slams his hands on the desk and shit. I'm all the way across the building with my homeboy, and we're just looking down like, dude, what the fuck is going on, right? Why is this angry dude at the front desk? And like the whole building, everyone in there just looking at this guy going off on Mark, bro. Like he's digging into him. Pause, that shit was kind of gay. What the fuck? And then it's, you know, it's starting to go crazy. So one of our managers, we're gonna call him Caden with a K. Caden with a K. He's our manager on duty at the time. So he goes up and he's like, yo, you can't be like yelling at like people like this or our staff or anyone like this, because like, dude, everyone's looking at you, dude. And Philip's still going off, bro. And he starts pointing at Mark, pointing at Caden with a K, pointing at fucking me from across the building. And that's when this guy decides to pull the racism card and just calls all of us racist, like I did some shit. Also, not to mention, Caden with the K, this dude is also literally black. Anyways, this guy's temper tantrum, like he's still going on. We have to call the cops and he gets like escorted out and shit. And everyone's like, bro, what the fuck just happened? Now in that little story, Caden with the K, that guy, he was a pretty cool manager. Eventually, I think he got fired for like stealing food or some shit. But let me tell y'all, I've had some shitty managers at some of my jobs. So there was this one woman, at some point she was like the director of the entire like building, the whole facility. We're gonna call her Carol for this story. If you held me at gunpoint and asked me what Carol did at this establishment, bro, I would get shot. All this lady would do is walk around and complain about everything. You check the time on your phone, she's gonna call you out for it. You try to sit down, kind of not even sit down, but like lean back on like the front desk, bro, she's gonna point it out. Meanwhile, she would be bringing her little ass daughter around. I don't know how many of you guys have interacted with any of these like Gen Alpha fuckers, but this girl's a future like prisoner, bro. I swear, like someone needs to lock this child up. Sometimes I just be walking in the back office, you know, I need to grab something like a stapler or some shit, and I'd see this kid just like throw everything on the floor, make a big ass mess, and just like the director lady, like Carol, bro, she just stood there and did nothing about it. Just let her do it. And then she's just gonna come up to me and try to tell me some shit like, my mom said she's gonna ground me if I throw a temper tantrum at Texas Roadhouse again and hide under the table. Like, brother, what? I've never met a kid that needed a leash more than anyone else, bro. Like, this was not a fucking child. This was a pet. Now that I think about it, it wasn't just Carol that would bring her kids around, bro. We had this one lady, I don't even remember her name, so we're gonna use Jaslyn. Jaslyn was like a single mom that brought her like two, like, I think it was one of her sons, one of her daughters. They're like little ass kids. And she would always just bully her kids just like in front of everyone. And I'm just like, dude, what the hell is going on? And then anytime that she needed anything, bro, she'd just tell the kids to go in the back and grab it for her. Like, bro, what the fuck, you're that lazy? And these kids aren't like 12 years old or anything. Like, these are like 8-year-old kids, bro. Like, bro, what the fuck? Go back to kindergarten, bro. Like, okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to make fun of anyone's situation or anything, bro, but like, I was asking for this lady to help me out one time, this lady Jaslyn, and she just sent her kids down to me. Like, bro, I don't want your kids to help me, bro. I need like a grown-ass adult. One time we were working this like party event thing, because we have these like rental rooms, so we were doing some sort of like rental room thing. I already had a pretty shitty day. I can't remember what happened that day, but I just wanted to go home. And I guess at this event they had some sort of salad bar or some sort of food bar or something, but there was like a very little like cup of like peanuts. I'm not trying to judge people, okay? I'm not saying that, but this lady was also one of those people that's still wearing a mask. It's 2025 with a straight face, I think. I mean, I can't see her face, but she was trying to say that she wouldn't go down there and like prop a door open or some shit, but she's refusing to because apparently she has a peanut allergy. And again, like, I'm not trying to judge. If you got an allergy, like, I get it, bro, but it's not like you're handling the food. You also volunteer to work this event with me, but instead she sends her fuck ass kids. So honestly, that person just pissed me off. But like, low-key, guys, I have like hella work stories. If you guys want to hear more work stories, I can just make more of these. My advice to anyone that is trying to work a minimum wage job or currently works one, bro, just remember this: minimum wage, minimum effort. I do not get paid enough to deal with half these motherfuckers shit, bro. Like, I'm just trying to show up, work, and go home and then buy clothes and shit. I've worked in a concession stand. I've had people complain about like, hot dog isn't warm enough. Like, bro, like, do you want a refund? And they're like, no, I want it to be warmer. And it's like, okay, I'll just put it back on the warmer. Then they're like, no, I want it now. It's like, dude, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, I'm not a magician. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like, do y'all mess with minimum wage jobs, or fuck that shit? Fuck employment. Down with the government and its economy type shit. Like, let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm way more passionate about this like non-Minecraft related shit. So hopefully you guys kind of like this style of video. I plan to drop one like every day, or at least every weekday. I think every weekday is what I'm trying to aim for right now. If you have any video suggestions or anything you want me to talk about, just join the Discord below and, you know, at me or some shit. We're just trying to regrow my channel. I've been dead for like 2 years, so finally back, finally working on this shit. And catch you guys all tomorrow then. Stay safe.
No, it's not elegant, don't got no melanin. This shit gon' go get me canceled like Ellen DeGeneres. I still got bars left for anybody. You ain't safe even if you got antibodies. Social distance, I leave a beat 6 feet. My cemetery got too many bodies. They Tom and Jerry.